Last week, the Uganda People's Defense Forces commenced plans to withdraw from the hunt of warlord Joseph Kony in the jungles of Central African Republic. At the end of a 9-year hunt, UPDF is now demanding that another force replaces them to fill the vacuum in the country, which remains under the clutches of conflict.
The UN, especially MINUSCA, to spread and hopefully deploy in the east, especially the areas we've been occupying, so that we don't leave a vacuum, and that one is in the immediate after we pull out.
The Chief of Defense Forces, David Muhoozi, believes that UPDF, if funded, can offer training for Central African Republic forces as a way to find an everlasting solution to the troubled eastern part of the country.
Because that one would fundamentally contribute to the security of Central Africa, provided any international partner puts the bill of the training. Our offer is still there.
When asked why UPDF called it quits in the offenses against LRA, this was Muhoozi's response.
The force we had was not matching the area in which we were operating. 2 countries, Central Africa and South Sudan. Those are our forward bases in Nzara, in South Sudan, and then we were in also Central Africa. Our main base in Central Africa being Obo, but there were other forward bases beyond Obo. So having 2 battalions, and a battalion is something within the region of 800 men in such a huge space doesn't make sense.
Muhoozi was appearing alongside the Defense Minister Adolf Mwesigye and his deputies to present their budget framework paper for the financial year 2017-2018, projected at 1.3 trillion shillings before the Defense and Internal Affairs Committee of Parliament.
Where the president is from the west. Okay? Yes, Madam Chair. Okay? Not personality, position.
Leadership is sensitive to that. I'm talking about the senior leadership and to the services. If I can make a direct comment, the 3 services, he commands the Reserve Forces. Air Force is led by Major General Lutaya, and the Land Forces is led by Major General Peter Eweru. So that one is evidence that we are sensitive to regional.
Because if you read the whole list, those of you who have this page number 1 where they are reading the names, even from one region, they are saying to be a majority are the minority. It is not fair.
During the interface, MPs demanded an amendment of the UPDF Act to streamline membership of the High Command.
The president summoned the Army Council. General Muntu was not invited. When I read your act, General Muntu is number 1. I looked through, I was out of the country, but I looked at the picture taken at the steps of State House, and I wanted to support General Muntu. He wasn't there. My question is, going forward, is that section of the law tenable? Given that over time, armed officers will change political persuasions.
As of today, we have a name, UPDF, but the practices have largely remained the NRA practices. The leadership, the high command of President Museveni, deputized by Moses Chigongo, has not changed since the Bush days. So, whoever is bringing this...
So the UPDF Act as is captured what was that time when it was formulated. And that's why the Minister told you that we are reviewing the Act to take care of developments that came post the enactment of that Act. And some of these concerns they talked about are going to be answered in the reviews and proposed amendments that we are going to make. on the UPDF Act.
According to the 2005 UPDF Act, some of the former NRA Bush War heroes comprising of the High Command include the Commander-in-Chief, General Yoweri Museveni, General Salim Saleh, General Eli Tumwine, General David Sejusa, General Matayo Chaligonza, FDC Party President, Major General Mugisha Muntu, by virtue of being a former army commander.